Alright, so I just paid like $730 for this computer. It has a 1660 Super in it. And I'm gonna strip it for parts, and I might throw the 580 in there. I might throw it in there and give it and sell it to my brother because he's been wanting to get a computer. And I know the 580 you can't mine Ethereum, so that's what I might end up doing. All right, here she is. The 1660 Super's in there. It's a mini one as well, so that's pretty cool. I'll take this off, look inside it with the panel off. Alright, so I already stripped the GPU and it's in there. It's not plugged into the PCI port yet, but here's what we got on the inside. Now, it did initially have another stick of RAM, but I took that out here to add to my rig because mine only had 4 gigs, and this was a 4 gig stick, so I was like, I'm going to take one of those, and I did. So, ooh, what's this? This is an M.2 SSD there. 4 PCIe ports. That's good in case I ever want to use it to mine. A 400 watt power supply. Now that's kind of cutting it, but the 16 series is pretty efficient, so it should be. I mean, that's fine. 1 terabyte SSD. Well, yeah, that's it. The case is heavy though. They add all that additional weight to make you think that it actually has something in it, but it's just, you know, your El Cheapo motherboard and PSU. Oh, and also it has an i5 10400, which is that's pretty good. That's a more recent. That's a 10th gen CPU, but definitely not the new 12th gen i5 that just came out. That 600, the i5 600. I've heard that that's really good. So let's boot this up with this card in it. All right, this whole mess here seems to be alive. All of it. As the fan spin on there, I just checked. Yeah, I got it hooked up on the power to the server power supply, and yeah, so that's fun stuff. All right, it's hashing away right now. It just booted up. I'm actually pool mining with a bunch of buds on Discord, Ravencoin, and we're getting together. We're pulling our hash together to solo mine, and we're gonna split that up if we hit a block. There's the 1660 Super right there, and the computer is actually upstairs. I'll cut to a clip of that right now. Alright, so I put the PC right there, and ever since, this man has always been yelling over there when I'm sitting in my chair working on editing videos. He's been yelling, "Hey, Rylan, how do I do this?" So, yeah, he got this set up, and he is officially a part of the PC master race. You want to congratulate him in the comments. Yeah, so that's where the PC is now. Well, right now I'm getting 13.8 mega hash on there at 112 power. I'll show you the overclocks here. There are the overclocks I currently have. A person online told me, TSPminer. I'll link him down in the description below if you want to support a fellow crypto YouTuber. He brought to my attention that the 30 series and the 16 series, their core clocks can be locked, and you can achieve the same hash rates for an extreme less amount of power, at least on Ethereum for what I know. But first, let me show you what I'm getting now on Ethereum. Here it is mining Ethereum, and I'm getting a total of almost 170 mega hash. All my overclocks are based off of my website, hashsearch.tech, if you want to visit that and find out what the overclocks are. And right now it's only doing 27.5, so I'm going to play around with that, see if I can get a better overclock. Also, I thought I'd mention this, just a random piece of information. My 3080 Ti, this is the overclock I have for it. It's actually different from the website. My website says 1300 and I have it set at 1200, and that's because when I have this hooked up with other cards connected, for some reason, when I have it at 1300, the LHR locks up, but when it's standalone at 1300, it's fine. I don't know what causes that, but that's just what happens. So, yeah, that's the hash rates I'm getting now. All right, there's the 1660 Super, and it's drawing 70 watts right now. That's the same amount it was drawing without the locked core clock. That's what I'm doing right now, the locked core clock, trying that out. And I have it locked at 1400. It won't let me go any lower. Well, you know what? I went straight to 1050, but let's see if it will actually go lower than that. If I just go a little bit lower, will that apply? No, it won't. So I guess there's a limit on how low you can get it. But I'm going to try the 3080 Ti, locking that, and see what happens. I'm getting 160 mega hash now, and the power did drop quite a bit. See, it's at 240. It was at 290 previous. It dropped a good 40 to 50 watts there. Now that's incredible. Now I need to update the website to show that for that. And I wonder what the results would be if I have the same overclocks on Ravencoin. Now I doubt that would actually do anything. It would just make it worse because Ravencoin is core dependent on its algorithm. But we can give it a shot and see what happens. That actually worked really well. Now, except for the 1660 Super. Now that should be getting a little bit more. But the 3080 Ti getting about 60 mega hash on Ravencoin, that's pretty good. And it's at 330 watts. Typically, it's at like 390. So that's really good. Okay, so the overclock line here is based on the core clock percentage, and that's the curve for the percentage that you give it. I locked it at its base at the curve, and let's see what it goes at. The 1660 Super is at 13.5, and it just went down to 10.1. It is draining a little bit. No, it's actually it's the same wattage. So illegal memory access was encountered on device 3 and device 1. Well, those are the two cards that I did this on. So I got to do a bit more testing. Looks like. Still getting the illegal memory access issue every now and then for the 3080 Ti, but the 1660 Super seems to be okay. Nope, there it is again. Alright, it seems to be going steady so far. I have the memory on the 3080 Ti set at 1150, and it seems to be, it's dropping down to 50 mega hash, and I'm not liking that, but it's working so far. Let me see if I go up to 1250 and see what that does. Will that crash it? Alright, it's back up to 57 mega hash, and I think that lost just a hair mega hash, but still also lost the 50 watts. So that's good. Yeah, so that worked. I'll get in the 1660 Super. By the way, this is Ravencoin. This has much more power draw than Ethereum, and it's already so low anyway that I don't think I'm gonna. Locking the core clock would change anything. And that also, that's the total power consumption right there, roughly 900 watts for Ravencoin. And there's the power consumption mining Ethereum. It's draining roughly 700 to 720 watts. Now, there again is the overall hash rate, 166.2, and yeah, that's the stats I'm getting. I do have the 1660 Super set to the curve, even though it makes no difference. I didn't even bother setting it back because, again, it makes no difference, apparently. I haven't worked on improving the overclocks yet. I wonder if that's because this is the mini model, and that it sacrificed some performance, but I'm going to work on that right now. I messed around with the overclocks, and I switched it from negative 502 to all the way. I just started going up. And now it's at 1125, and I put it at 1200 to see what that would do, and that just stopped the miner, and then I pushed it back to 1150, and that crashed the computer. Ooh, LHR unlocked. I need to work on my 3080 Ti a bit. But anyway, the hash rates I'm getting right now, I gotta wait for it to kick on. 31.6 mega hash. Now that is a great. That's like that's 7 or 8 mega hash more. Bringing my total. Well, actually, the 3080 Ti is not all the way. It's unlocking itself, but that brings my total to around 170 mega hash. That's pretty good, and I'm glad I was able to do this. Now, the reason I suspect that it didn't work for the negative 502 is because there are multiple companies that make the memory, and it may vary from from the manufacturer of your memory. So I'm going to see what company made this one particularly. It is Micron. Valid. Will be marked in red summary. Verification failed. What does that mean? The 1660 Super failed. I gotta fix that. Maybe just a fluke, but oh, it's not a fluke. It crashed. Okay, 1100 is not good. I'm gonna tone it back down to 1000 or maybe 1050. I set the overclocks to 1050, and that seems to be going fine at 31.3 mega hash. Now that brings me a total still to about 169, 170. that's it for that card there. I'm just gonna let it mine Raven Coin with a group of people online. We're solo mining together, and hopefully we'll hit something. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.